I don't want to sound like the old guy on the block that's just saying like, get off my lawn, put the kids down, put the phone down, kids. But I want to reiterate that the time that you're spending today is time that you're never going to get back. And don't you want to be spending your time and developing yourself in a way to where you can make an impact on the world? What is phone addiction? The use of cell phones has become an integral part of society. While cell phones have many benefits, many people have developed what some researchers consider an addiction to their phones that can have negative effects on well-being. According to some research, roughly 27.9% of young adults are addicted to their cell phones. Read on to find out more about how cell phone addiction is defined, the risk involved, and how to treat it. Phone addiction and what it is. Phone addiction is cell phone addiction may be categorized as a type of behavioral addiction that presents when a person can't go without their cell phone. Their excessive use causes adverse consequences, or they experience symptoms similar to withdrawal when they do. While cell phone addiction is not officially recognized as an addiction in the 5th edition of the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Health Disorders, the DSM-5, it does present with similar characteristics as other behavioral addictions such as gambling. The DSM-5 is the American Psychiatric Association's official handbook that mental health professionals use to assess and diagnose a variety of mental health disorders. So who is at risk of phone addiction? Research has found that although anyone can be at risk for this type of addiction, it is most commonly found in adolescents. Teens in particular use their phones with high frequency, while cell phone use tends to decrease gradually as a person gets older. I found that to be true as well. People who get phones at a younger age are also more likely to present with addictive behaviors than those who get them later in life. What is the risk between the two genders? Both young boys and girls are at a higher risk of developing an addiction to their cell phones, but there may be somewhat different patterns of use. Girls, they typically use their phones for social interaction, while boys use phones for this reason and access to gaming applications. Males also show a higher tendency to use their phones in risky situations, whatever that means. What are the symptoms of phone addiction? Some new terms have emerged to describe characteristics of phone addiction. I've never heard of these before, so here we go. Nomophobia, fear tied to going without one's phone. Okay. Textophrenia, fear of the inability to receive or send text messages. Ringxiety, feeling as though a notification has come through on your phone when it hasn't. And textiety, feeling anxious because of receiving and responding to text messages immediately. Some of the symptoms of phone addiction include this. You are constantly reaching for your phone. You spend much of your time on your phone. You wake in the night to check if your phone has any notification. You feel negative emotions such as anger, sadness, or anxiety when you don't have your phone or you can't check your phone. Using your phone has led to an injury or accident, such as a car crash from texting while driving. Wow, yeesh. The amount of time you spend on your phone affects your professional and personal life. When you try to limit your phone use, you end up relapsing in a short period of time. Does that sound like you? What are some signs from others? While it can be difficult to notice your own phone addiction, One telltale sign you are forming an addiction is if someone in your life mentions your phone overuse to you. They may express concern about how much you are on your phone or your behavior while you are not using it. And what are the effects overall of this phone addiction? Studies show that cell phone overuse can have a negative impact on your health in a variety of ways. Some effects of phone addiction include muscle pain and stiffness, fatigue, blurry vision, dry eyes, red or irritated eyes, auditory illusions, hearing your phone ring or vibrate when it's not, thumb or wrist pain, loss of interest in other activities you once enjoyed, insomnia and sleep disturbances, worsened school or work performance, heightened conflicts with your social group or family, feelings of irritability or unease when you don't have your phone, an increased risk of developing depression or anxiety, putting yourself in dangerous situations by using your phone when you shouldn't be, feelings of guilt, helplessness, or loneliness when you go without your phone. There is even signs here that cell phone addiction is similar to other types of addiction because of its effect on dopamine, a chemical in the body that causes feelings of pleasure. Cell phone use has been shown to stimulate the production and release of dopamine, which drives the need to use it more and more. That is profound. So what's the solution? How do we break the addiction? Breaking any type of addiction isn't going to be easy, but it's possible. First, you must acknowledge the issues it's causing in your life. By determining if the root cause of your phone addiction is to escape problems, you can address and treat the underlying issues. Consider therapy, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, which has been highly effective in helping people overcome addictions, motivational interviewing, and couples counseling. Tips to beat phone addiction on your own: buy a cell phone lockbox, remove apps that take up the majority of your time. There are also in the settings of these phones, they can show you what your screen time is and the apps that are doing the most damage. Start with those. Eliminate notifications on your phone so you aren't summoned to check it every time a notification appears. Yes, I've done that on my phone. Charge your phone in an inaccessible place so it's harder to get to. That's smart. Try to replace phone use with other activities you enjoy, i.e. the gym, i.e. a hobby, i.e. going on walks. And how do we prevent this overall? If you're a parent, have young children, you should probably wait till they're older to give them a phone. And also, moderation is key. Give somebody a set period of time to actually use the phone. All right. So that's the gist of that information there. So I don't want to sound like the old guy on the block that's just saying get off my lawn, put the kids down, put the phone down, kids. But I want to reiterate that the time that you're spending today is time that you're never going to get back. And don't you want to be spending your time and developing yourself in a way to where you can make an impact on the world?